Yeah, I'll send it.
Perfect. Get my stream started here.
Okay, so I think it's this one.
Okay, perfect. Shambali?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And who are you guys? Are you the Echo Mercy?
No, where
Anna.
Zara? Anna.
Okay, Anna, and who are you?
I'm Zaria.
Zarya. Okay, Anna, Zarya. Okay, so talk to me about y'all the way that you guys play as a duo. You guys usually tank support. Do
Yeah.
you have any specific
Yeah.
heroes that are priorities for you guys?
Yeah, I play a lot of Doomfist and Zaria.
Okay, okay. And when do you
Yeah.
pick Doom and when do you pick Zarya? Is it just kind of like depends on the comp?
Mm, yeah, just whatever I feel like.
Okay, makes sense. And what would be the easiest for me to call you? Would be easiest for me to call you? Because you don't.
Jack.
Jack, okay. And then what about you?
Becca is fine.
Jack and Becca, okay, that's gonna be easy. All right, so Becca, what about you? What kind of heroes? Where do you like to prioritize your time?
Usually Anna, Kiriko, Mercy,
Okay,
sometimes Moira.
okay. When do you swap around to those heroes? What circumstances?
I usually go for Anna like um the most, but if I'm struggling to stay alive, I tend to swap to either Kiriko or Moira.
Okay, okay, makes sense. And you guys are GM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so what do you guys, I guess, as a unit, hope to get out of the review? At least the gameplay side of things. What are you guys looking for answers?
Like sometimes like we
Where I
just
was
want,
think,
yeah.
like, we're just wondering like how we could maximize like the value that we get out of playing with each other, like
Sure.
as a duo, and like, yeah,
Sure. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. So what I'd like to do is I would like to look at this quickly from one perspective and then from the other, and we'll move at a pretty brisk pace. So if you guys have any questions or anything that I skip over that you were like not sure about, just let me know and we'll go over that. Sound good?
yep,
Yes, that's
Okay,
good.
so the key thing with the tank and support synergy is really you want your tank kind of dictating when and where we're taking the fights. And the support, your job is to try and set up around that position and look to put out as much pressure as you possibly can. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't or won't go for plays. You're just kind of relying more off of choosing your positioning based off of where the tank is taking the fight. So, like, based off of this positioning here, your tank is here. Do you want to be here? Do you want to be looking for a flank nade here? Do you want to be set up on the sightline here? Do you want to be set up on the sightline here? Do you want to be set up where you're actually at? It's up to you. It's really your choice. Do you want to go for an offensive nade? Do you want to save nade versus the Doomfist Tracer? Again, more up to you. The goal, though, is that you guys are working in synergy not just through the calls, but also using your eyes to see where each other are set up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
yeah.
Sounds basic, but it's incredibly important. So let's start by looking at things from a Zarya perspective. All right. Do you stay on Zarya for the most of this round, or do you swap later?
Um, I don't really remember. I thought this was like a Doomfist gameplay, but yeah.
Okay. I
I
mean,
think
is
we
this
swap
okay?
around.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't
Okay.
really have any recent Doomfist gameplay, so
Okay. Becca, you were saying something?
Yeah, I think we swap around a bit
Okay.
this game.
Okay, sounds good. So, like, let's just we'll talk about the basics of each hero. Just like, are you using your bubbles properly? Are you positioning around your supports? LOS. That's the big thing. Um, and in terms of the review, you're looking for something also as well as like, what can you guys be doing as a duo better, right? Like very specifically,
yeah,
right? That. Okay, sounds
yeah.
good. Sounds good. All right, let's take a look. One of the best things that you can be doing as a teammate is to find the things where you as a unit can kind of work together better, and then also what can you as individually be doing better. In other words, if you were to save only your bubbles to peel off your Ana, you would lose a lot of games, right? Because you'd be
Mm,
missing out on value that you could be getting elsewhere. And Becca, if you were thinking, oh, I'm only going to save my nanos, for my Zarya, or I'm only going to nade defensively to keep my Zarya alive. You have the duo mindset, but it's misplaced. Do you kind of see what I'm saying? Your
Yeah.
job is to be the best, most threatening player you could possibly be. Now, you might lean towards playing around your duo a little bit more, but that doesn't mean that you do something stupid. Like, you wouldn't go Mercy and just pocket your Zarya the whole game. That you're going to lose a lot of games doing that. So it's all about, like, what can I do to maximize my pressure output while still playing to my hero's strengths. So let's take a look. Okay. Good job marking the tank out here. Okay. Perfect. Now I'm going to pivot things over to Becca. Well, let's see what Becca does. Oh, goodness gracious, that noise. All right, let's see this here. So what you could be doing, Becca, is where does your burst of value come from with this hero?
CC.
Right, okay.
Maybe?
What else?
Antis.
Antis, right. So how can you synergize that with your Zarya? Or just really any tank?
Usually I try to look at who they're like dueling, and then I try to anti that person, which is
Sure.
usually a tank.
Sure. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. The funny thing is you don't necessarily even need to be shooting the same target. For example, like if you look at your POV right here, if you were to, like, let's say, see the Ana back here and nade the Ana, if you just call that, hey, I'm antiing now, like I got an anti out, right? If your Zarya just takes that opportunity to shoot the Doom a little bit more aggressively, if the Ana is naded on the enemy team, where is she going to position? What is she going to do positionally?
Further back.
Right. So then what does that mean for the Doomfist?
Less heals.
So then what does that how is that going to enable your Zarya more? Right?
Yeah.
You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I want to do is I want to get like a couple of what I would call non-negotiables, the big stuff. You want to try and communicate your nanos. You want to try and communicate your nades. If you have a specific purpose or plan with bubbles, communicate that. Everything else, you guys just call what you see. You guys don't even have to be shooting the same targets necessarily. So from your perspective here, Becca, Sleeve Dart is unfortunate. Nade is unfortunate. But obviously not. Like, if either of those hit, being able to communicate that just so Jack can take a little bit more aggression is really important. Okay, let's stay on your POV for this next fight, and then we'll go back and see what Jack's got. Nade there is fine. Again, I wouldn't be hesitating to chuck a nade over here just to zone these guys. That's value too. Okay. Now, this is another communication thing that I'm sure you're calling right here, Rebecca, right? I can't see you. I can't see you.
Yeah.
I can't see you. Now, okay, so this is the tricky thing, though. Could you drop here?
I could, but I'm like scared.
Why?
That. So usually when I'm in positions like this, I think about, like, am I gonna peek someone? Because I think at this point I don't know where their widow is.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm also thinking about the time to get back to this position.
Right.
Like, I'm feeling like I have a good spot here. But
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two ways of looking at this, right? Jack, you say, carry me. I like, it's worth the risk. I'm gonna kill this guy. Just please help me, right? That's reasonable. Or Becca, you go, no, you're out of my sight line. I can't drop, and you pick one of those and you rolled it. Right. In these circumstances, because obviously I'm sure this is a pretty common thing, right? Where one of you has an opportunity, the other one doesn't. It's really going to be what I would do is, in those circumstances, somebody has to listen. Somebody has to listen. And then what you can do afterwards is do what we're doing right now. Go back in the replay viewer, just even one fight, and go like, oh yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have called you to push there. That doesn't work. And then what you'll do is you will learn, Becca, more about what the tank can and can't do, right? And you, Jack, will learn more about what your support can and can't do. You know, you'll get a better feel for, okay, like, unless somebody's 1 HP, when my Ana is on high, I really don't want to be chasing too far out of her LOS, right? And you, Becca, might go, okay, if my tank is able to get on top of a squishy, then it's really important that I'm able to help them, right?
Right.
Because like even here, like we want to be very careful about, you know, and like, and this is another situation here, right? Like if you hit this ante here, right? Again, this is something that we want to be trying to peak, right? So that's it right there, right? Did you call that ante, or did it just happen to work out like that?
I think I did, but
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay, sure. I guess it's more of a question of would you call that ante?
I probably just said that she was low, to be honest.
Sure, and that's fine. Like the result's the same, right? This is a target that's fragile. They're vulnerable. Okay, let's keep watching. I would look at things from your perspective, Jack, but I'm pretty sure we saw about everything we needed to see. Yeah, see, this is what we need to be careful about. All right. What's the problem with this nano? Is it a bad nano necessarily?
Yeah, maybe it's not.
How do you want to call?
That
How do
much
you want
value.
to? Well, why?
Oh, because it's full HP and it's just a Doomfist. I probably should have just slept him there.
So how do you want to handle nano then? Because this is tough, isn't it? Because in ranked, the rule I always say is nano somebody who's in aggressively, right?
Mm.
But you guys have a step beyond that, right? You guys get extra bonus points.
Usually we nano to like keep the momentum. Like when I feel, because I feel like, especially when we grab, I want to make sure that we get the value.
Oh, you're gonna get value.
So yeah, so I think that's where I was like thinking, especially because we're one down. No, we're even actually, but
I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying, but I want to shift your attention away from this. My problem isn't using nano here, because I think the Cassidy dies like as you use nano, right? And you're down one, so it's like it's fine. I think using grab and nano here is fine, but how should it be executed? For example, go back in time. Grab is out. What's this grab gonna force? It's forcing block, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna force Doom cooldowns, punch and slam. It's gonna force Storm Arrow, Nade and Sleep if they're not already available, Harmony and Discord, and a lot of attention. And it's gonna burn a lot of HP. Alright? You can put a lot of attention on Jack, right? So I want you to watch this fight very carefully. Alright? There's the nano, there's the nade, nice job. Jack gets punched out, whatever. When would you nano here optimally? Like right around now. Do you kind of see what I'm saying?
Right. So
if you were to nano.
Right.
So what I want you to do is I want you guys, whenever you possible, don't combo chain.
Right. So I wait a little bit.
Correct. And by the way, this is not just a Zarya thing, okay? It's Doomfist as well. Jack, you know what I'm talking about, right? Pop Doom ult, slam, get like you come out of the Doom ult, and you come out of the Doom ult and you get nanoed immediately with full cooldowns with a power punch, right? Don't nano a Doomfist when he has ultimate. Nano him afterwards, you know. And I think the same thing applies here, because what's going to happen is they're going to grab, they're going to freak, they're going to respond with nano and pushing and using ultimates and cooldowns, and then you're going to nano the Zarya. It's over. It's over.
Okay, yeah, I see.
You kind of see what I'm saying? And I think that's a good general rule for you guys. Do you play any other things besides Doomfist and Zarya?
Right now I play Junker Queen and Ramatra.
Perfect. That's another one right there, right? I mean, nano annihilation isn't bad. It's definitely a fight winner, but sometimes it might be better to just use the annihilation, see what happens, and then nano on top of it afterwards.
I see.
You know, you might even combo your nano annihilation, but you might not do it immediately. You might let it go a little bit, see what happens, see if he gets low, and then he starts to block, and you're like, well, I don't want you blocking with annihilation. You're nanoed. Good luck. Enjoy the HP, right? And again, same thing applies with Junker Queen too. Pop Junker Queen ult, see what happens. Don't forget as well that she builds her ult while the duration of, once she's used her ult, she starts to build her next one. So use your Junker Queen ult, then get nanoed, build your next one, and secure the fight win.
Okay.
Just little details to consider. You know what I'm saying? That I think could be good, because you can also look at this fight too, and you go, okay, when I grab here, don't nano me because I'm too low in charge. Let me shoot, get focused down. They'll nano the Doomfist, they'll Dragon me. I'm going to build charge, and then nano me as a result. Or maybe even see an opportunity to nano the Echo or something like that. Just a little synergy thing there, too. Also, I assume that you're like... You knew that you were going to use Grab that fight, right? So, like, saving nades, saving sleep, things like that.
Yeah, we communicate that.
Perfect. I think that the thing is like the non-negotiables. Like, what are the really important things that you guys need to get your synergy out, right? I think, like, things like your ultimates, things like your biggest combos are really important. Because you could call it here. I can see your body language here. I feel like you're about to call this anti-nade on this Ana. You know what I'm saying?
I think I missed it though.
Yeah, well, okay, she backs out. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem there. Okay, see what happens. This is a little bit of anti-synergy. Watch what happens. Jack goes, okay, shooting. Oh, I'm gonna push the Ana, and you're like, wait, no, don't scare her away.
Oh,
You see that?
see, I don't even think about stuff like this.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah. This is why I would let your Ana set the plays up first.
Right.
That does actually happen quite a bit where I'm like throwing something, whether it's like Susu, a nade or whatever, and I don't communicate it, and it's like Jack moves or
Yep.
something,
Yep.
and it would have been like maybe good,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, no,
It's
that
hard.
happens a lot.
It's hard. You know, I think, again, it's like, if you see this here, you want to be the one calling, I want to anti-nade this, I want to anti-nade this, because that's the skill play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same thing with the Grav. Let's play around your Zarya's Grav, and I'll nano you whenever, because the Grav is the skill play, right? That's the tricky one to land. You have to select the target carefully. So let Jack handle that, right? And then for you, now the table has turned. You are now the skill play. You need to land this nade. Call the nade. I want to nade this Ana. Get ready, Jack. And Jack knows that, okay, I'm getting ready to follow up off of this. And again, remember we talked about this. It doesn't even have to be in the same target. If Jack pushes early before you nade the backline, he might lose a lot of HP, right? Let's go all the way back to here. Let's say you're going to go for an anti-nade on the backline. And Jack says, oh, I'm going to push. So he pushes before you anti-nade. What's the problem with that?
They'll be gone.
They'll be gone, right? Either they'll be gone, or Jack will take a lot of damage before the anti-nade even hits, and maybe Jack has to back off. Yeah. Right? So throw the nade. As the nade is in the air, go. Jack drops, nade hits, perfect. Right?
Okay.
Something to consider. Now, you said you play a little bit of Kiriko as well, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to like go for like, I mean, I don't know how you play your Kiriko, but if you were to go like for an aggressive flank on the back line with Kiriko, we got the same kind of an issue, right? Like if you're going to go for the back line there, what order should be done? Like let's say you're playing Zarya Kiriko, okay? You got a Moira pocketing Jack. You're on the flank as a Kiriko, about to dive the back line. What's the order of operations here? Who goes first?
I would usually call if I'm like, so if I flank and I'm getting a headshot, I try to call that.
Sure. But what if you don't get a headshot?
If I don't get a headshot, but I usually let them know that I'm flanking.
Great.
And yeah, then we try to make some plays out of that.
Sure. And I think that's for you. Would you want Jack to distract them before you go for the flank, or as you're going for the flank, or would you be the distraction to help Jack push forward? This is a tough question.
Sometimes it's either or. Like sometimes I'll go in to distract so that he can do something, so he can go for the Ana or something, or vice versa.
Here's a question: What if Jack is on Doomfist and you're on Kiriko?
Then I usually go in with him as Kiriko.
Right. You're kind of the distraction that maybe allows the Doomfist to get away with the Ana and stuff, right? Because Doomfist, big value if he's able to get in without getting CC'd, right? So you're kind of baiting the attention first. What if Jack is on, I don't know, Zarya, right? Do you really want to go first? Do you think Jack is concerned about pushing in CC, that kind of stuff?
No.
Not really. So what should the order of operations be? Who goes first? when you're on Kiriko?
Me.
Yeah.
Right,
Jack.
right. Jack baits the attention. Now, Jack doesn't necessarily need to be running in there double bubble, you know, but he's going to start spamming, bait attention, take some damage, and then the Kiriko goes. And you might follow up off of a right click or just the distraction that he provides. So what I don't want you guys to get is like overwhelmed with the details here, because there are a lot of details. Right? What I want you guys to think about, though, is the timing of when each other's, like, complementing off of each other's plays. Right?
Mhm.
Remember we just talked about
Yeah.
how, like, when we're doing these type of Ana nades, who goes first? Becca, right?
Yeah.
What if Becca's hiding for a nade up here? Who goes first?
Me.
You. Why?
To bait attention.
Correct, because it's a higher risk, higher reward play. It's impossible for her to miss the nade here. But it's also
Yeah.
very, very risky for her to die if she gets scouted. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is what you guys need to develop, is like the synergy of like, how do we time these plays properly, right? And we just talked about how we want to grab first, then nano afterwards, because grab is a skill play. Well, what if they have, I don't know, Life Weaver, pedal platform? You guys kind of see where I'm going with this, right?
Mm.
If you grab and they just pedal platform out, or, you know, Suzu or whoever knows what, that's going to ruin the grab value, right? What if you have like grab dragon? Okay, let's nano first, get that Life Weaver to pop that pedal platform to get to safety, then grab, right? So then you nano first, let your Zarya burn
Right.
everybody down, then finish with grab, right? So
Right.
what you guys can start practicing is figuring out the order of these plays and communicating with each other, by the way, before the fight starts. Before the fight starts, this communication needs to happen. And then over time, you guys will get better at making these reads. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think the big thing here is that before the fight starts, think about this. Because like even before you see that Ana, you know, Becca, that it's going to take you a while to land a nade. So you need to let Jack. You're kind of the leader here, you know. That's unfortunate. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. Good swap, by the way. I think Kiriko's gonna be really good versus this comp. Basically, just play like a DPS, you know. How confident are you with your mechanics?
Not like super confident.
Okay.
I mean, we play 1v1 arena a lot.
Good, good. That's good practice. I don't love your positioning here. I mean, you're peeling just fine, I guess. I mean, I think it's okay, maybe if you've got a Mercy pocketed Echo, but I'm always thinking like Bloodthirsty, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, can he control these snipers up here or control this here, you know what I'm saying? But it's all right. All right, let's look at some Jack here. Now, again, let's add another. Do you see your charge?
Yeah.
So you have a really tough situation here where what should you be calling right now, Becca?
That the Doomfist is on us, maybe?
That's too many words.
I have my Suzu.
Because what's your priority right now? Is it helping Jack?
No.
Okay, so what should you be calling?
I'm not with you.
Right. I mean, what's even faster than that?
I don't know.
Ready for this one? 2 words. No heals.
Oh, okay.
No heals.
Okay.
One of the best calls that you can learn is no heals. And Jack hears
That is a good call.
Right.
And all Jack.
I usually call that when the healers are dead.
Sure, but just call no heals because you know you're gonna be busy doing other things. And so Jack
Right.
goes, "Oh, because the reason why I'm bringing up Jack's charge is what do you think Jack is thinking right now? Especially now that he's got his bubble off. Nice job, peeled, right? So now what is Jack gonna do, right? You know, run it down, right?
Yeah.
But hang on. There's no healing right now. Doesn't mean that Jack has to play passive. Jack just needs to hold the corner and chill, right?
Right.
So you say no heals. I'm gonna, cleanse my Hanzo or TP to my Mercy, maybe save my Mercy. I don't know. But the big thing here is no heals, right? I think you could have been a little bit more proactive here. Obviously, the Suzu is kind of corny.
I'm not gonna lie, the Mercy, I like tunnel vision and I didn't see that she was like dying.
Yeah,
I do remember
it's okay.
that.
It's okay. Maybe. No. But I think that's just a good call because there's going to be a lot of times where, I think we get this mindset in our head of like, oh, I'm with a duo, therefore you know, they get priority. But you guys can see, like, that's not the best way to play the game. You do the best thing that your hero should be doing. So all you need to call, and especially with a tank, no heals. No heals. And all that, whether it's Ryan, Doomfist, Ramatra, Junker, Queen, Zarya, Doom, that just says chill for a second. I got you in a second. You know what I'm saying? Like here, for example. Okay, so, your Mercy feeds. Let's say this Widow doesn't have Emphasite. I want you to make a play here. I know you're thinking, I need to go down main on Kiriko ult, but let's pivot everything. I'm gonna shift the no Kitsune Rush. You're on 40%. Okay, no Emphasite. Okay. Let's say you're on Tracer. I'm throwing in a ton of variables out, right?
Yeah.
Could you go on a flank here? Yes. So then what does Jack need to know?
No heals.
No heals, right? I'm gonna go on a flank with my Mercy, go for the backline, right? What should be communicated right now? This is tough. This is another one of those circumstances. You guys could probably guess where I'm gonna go with this, right? You see what you guys got?
Is that I'm going for the backline?
Do we have Kitsune and Grav? What's the plan here?
Yeah, I think like
It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh no, I think I said I'm gonna grab Doom or something. I
Okay.
usually say that.
Okay. But see, if our Zarya knows that Kitsune Rush is coming out soon, he could start dumping bubbles into this. You know what I'm saying? And I will have a bubble in time based off of the Kitsune Rush. What do you guys think of the order of operations is here? Let's have a debate here. What ult's the best to not even use right now, but to use soon? Grav or Kitsune? Not always, just in this circumstance right now. What do you guys think?
I think
I
probably.
have Kitsune Rush.
Yeah, I agree. Kitsune Rush.
Okay. Why?
So I could get off more bubbles, more charge, and then.
Sure.
Yeah.
What are you looking for when you're opening with Grav? What does Grav want?
Easy picks.
And you see the problem here, right? Nothing super easy, and you're on 0 charge. So Kitsune Rush. Now, is it always going to be Kitsune Rush first? No. When will it not be Kitsune Rush first? When will it be Grav first?
When they're all grouped.
Or you're pre-charged, right? 50 charge, 60 charge, something like that, right? Much easier to get the follow-up here. All right, let's see what happens. Too slow. Do you see the problem with the timing of this Kitsune Rush, which tells me there might have been a communication issue? Might just be Jack screwing up. But what should Jack have already used here?
The
both
bubbles.
If not both bubbles, at least one, right? He's taking a lot of damage. And even the Hanzo behind you is getting dove, right? And yet we haven't used a single bubble. So is that a mistake from Jack? Yes, possibly. But it could also be a communication error. I don't know which one it is. Just something to kind of think about. This fight's over. Yeah. You're way too low in charge. I don't think that was a good grab. I think you just, like, take the L, you know? Go next fight. You're not going to carry a fight at 20 charge. Okay. Well, do you guys have any questions so far?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, not really.
Okay. Main things so far are timing of the plays that you're going for, communicating them before the fight starts, calling no heals, practicing being a good listener as a tank, practicing being a good listener as a support, calling I can't see you or I need help push with me, right? And then going back in time and reviewing them, along with some of the details about chaining ultimates rather than comboing. We'll at the end we'll have more information to kind of wrap up in a nice tidy bow. Okay, so we're playing a little bit of mystery heroes.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. Why the bat? More damage?
I don't. I don't know. It's not my best hero. I'm just gonna warn
it's fine.
you. It's just like lately I've been thinking I want to like get better with him because I do feel like he has a lot of potential.
Sure. With what?
So yeah.
Potential for what?
Damage. Like.
Okay. Do you look at their comp and do you say we need to do more damage to them?
I don't know what I was thinking here.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't know what you're thinking either. The only advantage here is that you could shoot Doomfist more, right?
Right.
But you're not really going to be able to do damage versus Cassidy, Ana, or Widow because your gun is just kind of worse, right? Kiriko and Ana both have better guns for the damage there, and you're going to lose a lot of utility. When would you pick Bat? When would that just raw damage output be helpful?
Probably against like Pharmacy.
Yeah, sure. What about their tank line? What tank would be better? Ryan, sure. More shield pressure, right? Kiriko could also just go around Ryan, so I don't think that's necessarily a problem. But like, let's say if you were on Ana and you're like, I'm not for Sigma, right? Sigma, great one. If you're on Ana and they're on Sigma, more shield break, right? You can't get an angle around the Sigma. If they're on Ramatra, right? Good, easy pressure, right? Just shoot them.
Okay.
Diva's another one where you can get some good damage on Diva. Let's say she's preventing you getting from good value on your cooldowns. Diva, just shoot her, right? I don't look at Doomfist and be like, we need more damage. Doomfist dies in a blink of an eye anyway, right? If he messes up.
Yeah.
If anything, I think the Kiriko or the Ana would have been fine here. But okay. Good lamp.
Oh,
What should be?
No.
No.
Yeah, I should have said.
Yeah, go ahead.
No heals.
Yeah, yes, you should have. Yes, good. I was waiting for that. Good lamp, good pocket. This is a very important play that you make here. But no heals. And let's see what would have happened here. No heals. You see? Jack's feeding. Look at his HP. Oh, it's scary. That is scary. If that Cassie's even a tiny bit better. And even if Jack doesn't die, still forces a bubble. We don't want a bubble force because you just didn't say no heals, right? Look at all the damage that you're getting. I'm being rude, sorry. Alright. There it is. Nice. Good shift. Nice. I mean, you're doing fine. Like, there's nothing about your BAP is like bad here. It's just like there just isn't a lot of value the hero's getting right now. Okay. All right, let's go back to Jack and see what Jack's got, because we have another one of our well, you see what the ults are like right here, right? So we have another opportunity here. Now, again, which one goes first? Zarya ult or back window? I don't know.
Zarya ult.
It's a trick question. The answer is I don't know.
Oh.
Depends, right? Now, you could probably guess Zarya ult because you're actually charged, right? So you look at this right here. This guy dies, no? But I really, really don't want to see a BAP window right now.
Let's hope not.
Because you've gotten good value out of the grav now. Now we should BAP window, if at all, right? That's fine.
Oh.
That's good.
Huge.
Yeah, that's good. And to be very clear, I'm coaching the timing of the ultimate, not like the execution of what you guys are doing as a team. So this has been embarrassingly bad. However, the cycle of the ultimates, grav to get everybody low, then the BAP window afterwards, was fine. In fact, the only reason the grab doesn't work is why? What you guys be doing right now?
Flanking?
Okay. What's the general mindset that you guys have? Because flanking is a way of interpreting that mindset. Do you guys have a cooldown and HP advantage right now?
Yeah.
Cassidy's in Narnia. Widow no grapple, no cooldowns. Ana no cooldowns. At least briefly. Doomfist no cooldowns and 1 HP. Walk forward and back window.
Okay.
Right here. Planet right here. Your grab has set you up for success. Yes, everybody's depressed that the grab didn't kill anybody, right? However, it can still kill somebody now if we walk forward. So if anything, this back window is we should have walked forward and back windowed right here. Right?
Yeah.
Don't wait. Use it. That being said, wait for it. Damage boosted, Helix rocket. There you go. Nice job.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, bless me. All right, let's keep looking at what we got here. Good bubble. I knew it. Can't trust supports, man. It's the worst. All that. Okay, let's keep going. Now, you didn't swap. Okay, so we're good. All right, so now we're on the Doomfist. Let's go.
Oh yeah, okay.
Now, there's another communicational thing that we haven't talked about as well. Remember, we talked a lot about the timing of like going for plays, right? Going for a nade, gonna go for a Kiriko flank, things like that, right? You guys remember that?
Mhm.
Now, who's the boring, timingless, vanilla hero? Batiste or Doomfist?
Bap.
Mm-hmm. Who is the boring, timingless, just vanilla, exists general pressure hero? Ana or Zarya?
General pressure, probably Anna.
I would disagree. Zarya, well, Ana, remember when we were talking about the nade thing?
Mm-hmm.
You guys kind of remember that. The Ana was the one that was dictating that cycle.
Right.
You guys kind of see what I'm saying? Off of the nade, right? And the Doomfist is the one that's going to be dictating the cycle. Do you guys kind of see what I'm saying here? So
Yeah.
if we're talking about I want to land a nade from here, or I want to land the nade from here, it doesn't matter. Like, there's times where the Ana should go first, and there's times when the Ana should go second, but we're still playing around the Ana nade.
Mhm.
You guys kind of see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the Doomfist, though, is a very much black or white hero. He's all in, or he's all out. Mostly. So how does that apply to you as a Batiste? If you want to do damage as a Batiste,
Yeah.
when do you do damage? When do you peak? Let's watch carefully.
When Jack goes in.
Right. When Jack goes in is your opportunity to play a little bit more aggressively.
Yeah.
So when you're playing Ana, or even Kiriko, even other cyclical heroes, right? Shift doesn't have that much range, by the way.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Then you need to be paying very close attention when Jack's in or out. And Jack, what I would recommend you to say is, what do you need to say to tell your BAP, Ana, Kiriko, Mercy, whatever else to walk forward?
Go, go, go.
Sure. Remember, the fewer words, the better, right? In or go. That's fine. Now, go might mean heal me. Go might mean damage. But go means do something. All right? That's the overall idea. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And that does apply with Zarya too, you know, and that applies with BAP. Like, let's say Becca wants to window, right? Remember the window up here? Who's calling go here after the graph? Jack or Becca, right?
Jack.
Right. Actually, no. Not
No?
after the graph. Who's the playmaker now?
Oh yeah. So
Remember
that
that?
would be me then.
You should have walked forward and said, push, 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 I've got window, let's go.
Yeah.
Right? But most of the time, try to pay attention. Like, the key thing is that whoever's going in wants to make a play, engaging, whatever the case may be, you're calling the timing of that. All right?
Right.
Okay, do you guys have any questions so far?
Yes.
Sure.
So, when I'm playing Doomfist, I don't really know like when I'm going in
Yep.
because sometimes I
Don't
would
do a
like
countdown.
fake engage.
Yeah, don't do a countdown. Just say I'm in or I'm out. That's it. If
Okay.
you could call it as you can call it as you're already engaging. It's fine.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of misconceptions that everyone's thinks that, like, dive heroes, you go, all right, everybody ready? Okay, get on your boots. Here we go. Get your backpacks on. Get your gear on. Here we go, everybody. Ready? 5, 4. No, that's not how it works, right? You're like, shoot! Somebody's like, let's go. Okay, I'm out, right? Now, you, Becca, have to realize that, especially with a hero like Doomfist, the cycle, I mean, you tell me, Jack, how fast are you in and how fast are you out, usually in Doomfist?
Like in a split second.
Split second, right? So when Jack says in, what does that mean, Becca?
Yeah, I'm usually already there. If I'm Anna, I feel like that's our best combo because I'm already like always looking at him. But when I'm other characters like Kiriko, for example, I try to wait until I see that they're like already, you know,
Sure.
use their cooldowns, need my Suzu or something.
Sure. But your window's small. You're not going to be able to
Yeah,
be pushing
yeah,
in for like 7, 8 seconds. It might be 2
yeah.
seconds, you know,
Hmm.
but just a little bit more aggression. So
Right.
like right now, even though we're not on Doomfist, as a Kiriko, if you were to take an angle here and to do damage, would now be a good time to do damage. You can see through walls, right? Look at Jack.
Yeah.
Stuff's happening, right? So now's your opportunity. This Widow will not
Hmm.
receive healing. This Doomfist will not receive healing. Now's your time to DPS. Now's your time to ego the Widow, which is exactly what you're doing, because she's not going to get any help, right? Did you just W key out of that Ana and kill her? I'm pretty sure that's exactly what you did. What did you call?
In.
And what does Becca need to call?
Yeah, I need to call that I left. No heals.
What's the term?
No heals.
No heal. Now Jack can go, okay, well, you know what, this Zenyatta's 1, I got a bubble, I'm gonna kill this guy, right? But as long as he knows. As long as he knows. Now you can make a pretty good argument that you shouldn't have TP'd out there at all, to be honest with you, Becca. But even if you make a mistake, call it.
Okay. Here I do feel like I have like a hard time knowing where to like position myself. Especially on Ana on attack.
Okay, so first thing first, this is like miserable right here, right?
Yeah.
So you've got two options. You either swing wide here and get value from here. Okay. Nade,
Okay.
sleep, shots, whatever. Very hard versus their composition. Why?
Because of the Widow, Zen.
Very hard to peak this safely. Some comps it's going to
Yeah.
be good. So then where should you go? If you were on Ana.
Here I would probably be where like around where their Doomfist has died. Like
In here?
inside. Yeah, somewhere
Yeah.
here.
Brilliant. That's it. That was all.
Right.
Yeah, you're either taking the longer sightline or you're taking the shorter sightline. Depends on the comp,
Okay.
depends on the circumstance, but yeah, that's it exactly.
Right.
Perfect. You can also be saying no heals in situations like this too, because even though your Zarya is probably fine, no Suzu, right? So just something to keep in mind. And you can also say, hey, no heal, I'm on cart. Because you would be surprised at how tunneled tanks can get, right, Jack? You forget like what's going on, and again, what you're doing here is fine as long as you guys realize it's going to be 5v4 pretty quickly. So just be careful. Right? Still no heal, right? Still no heal. I mean, even without the Cassidy on you, it's no heal because Jack's all the way over here behind a wall, and you're all the way over here. You gotta know. You gotta know.
Yeah.
Fine. Sneaky, sneaky. I swear, you guys always get your ult at the same time.
Yeah.
But it makes for some great conversations, so that's good. Because, what do you guys think is gonna be the first ultimate? Probably. Again, we want to get as much of this communication done pre-fight if we can.
I would say here we would Kiriko ult first.
Right. Why? Same thing as the first point recon test, yeah?
Yeah, and no charge.
No charge, get some space, build your bubbles up, right. Maybe bait that EMP, right? Then we can grab after. Let's see what happens. Now, does that mean that you can't use grab first?
No.
No. If you see an opportunity, go for it. I think the idea is that I want you guys to start talking a little bit more planning, basic planning, before the fight starts. But if you see an opportunity, break the rule, right? Break the rule.
Okay.
But do you see the problem with what's happening right now? Is this Kitsune Rush bad? No. But what's the problem?
I didn't
There,
communicate, and we should have planned it.
2 bubbles.
With the bubbles.
2
yeah.
bubbles, right? If anything, Jack should be like egoing this here and just being like, yeah, I'm feeding. See, guys, see, I'm feeding, right? You know, use a bubble, then the Kitsune rushes, and then they go, oh, this guy's got no bubbles. Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah.
I mean, even the healing increase is worth pointing out, right?
Yeah.
And so it's Jack is reacting to it as if you're a random person in ranked.
Yeah.
Instead of predicting it. And that's the advantage that you guys need to be leveraging more.
I see.
Honestly, I really don't love the grabs when they're not already like you just shoot this guy, fight in the Kitsune Rush first, react to the grab elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The grabs when the Doomfist has block and he's like this high and you're this low in charge, it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. It forces trance, but like I want more than that. I think you could have forced trance just by shooting inside Kitsune Rush, honestly.
Okay.
And if you don't, okay, fine, that's fine. But like, okay, let's keep going. Any questions?
No.
Okay. You know what I think you should do, Becca? You should swap BAP.
Do that.
Yeah, I'm messing with you.
Oh.
I just I made you second guess everything. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh dear, my bad. I mean, this in theory is fine. Like, you just got your head blown off. Because, like, if you look at the timing of this engage here, right? Your Zarya's in, you're shooting, it's fine. You just freaking died. I think swapping BAP is like the IRL life hack. Having trouble with taxes, feeling depressed, haven't slept well, swap the BAP.
Yeah.
It's a good IRL life hack. I'm gonna sell bumper stickers. Have you tried swapping to BAP? Now, I knew it. Right?
Yeah.
Again, who's feeding here? It's a trick
Me?
question. Nobody. No, nobody is.
No.
Nobody is, right? Like, now, I can make a good argument here that if your Cassie is on cart, Kiriko walk forward, right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with this as long as Jack backs up, right? You guys are free. If you want to push up and poke a little bit and build some charge, that's cool. Works for me. This is objectively not a bad play as long as Jack knows that at some point, pretty soon I got to back out, right?
Okay.
The problem is that we've already seen once, if not twice, where Jack has died or gotten punished for doing this. Acting as if there's a fight happening. I mean, there it is again, right? This is like ridiculously dangerous. Is that for Suzu? Yep. See? They shouldn't force Suzu. Look at that, right? Shouldn't force TP, shouldn't force Suzu, right? And a force TP in Suzu because one of two things. Either Kiriko shouldn't have been in cart, and / Jack shouldn't have been pushed forward, or you needed to make the no heal call.
Yeah.
Now, I'm also going to put responsibility, because we've been yelling, Becca's been getting all the beatings, right? However, this is also Jack's fault too. Because Jack, as you're walking up here, before you even trade here, what should you be looking at right now? At least briefly.
See who's up. Oh, my team.
Where's this position? Okay, I'm basically by myself for the next 10 seconds, okay? Because you can go, Kiriko can call no heal, but that doesn't necessarily give you the full information about how long you're going to have no heal. Because cart will move, but how long, right? So I'm putting the responsibility on Becca, but really the responsibility is on you too. Because this is a disastrous cooldown trade. And this is why we lose, right? Right there. You literally lose a fight due to you not being aware of where your supports are and not calling no heal.
I think at the time I was thinking it's fine. I have 2 bubbles. I'll just double bubble and get lots of charge.
Sure. But as long as you can communicate that and there's an understanding there, then we don't have my Kiriko. Because you said the problem is that you said I was thinking, but your Kiriko doesn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So what should have just forced 2 bubbles and maybe a little bit of mercy healing, forced TP and Suzu, which then right now is what cost you guys the fight.
Mhm.
Very important.
Wow, we messed up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sure did. Shame on you guys. Throwing a ranked game. Next up, it's gonna be war crimes, and then you know, world hunger. You guys should be ashamed of yourself. You guys can see the no heal opportunity here. You know, it's very fast, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But do you see the second that we have to turn on and heal?
Yeah.
Look at this. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, crap, 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 crap. Now, Jack does a good job getting out there, right? Jack, you kind of anticipated, right? There's a Nano Doomfist on my backline. I'm not going to be getting any healing, right?
Yeah.
But you can see every little moment here. You're killing me with these grabs. Killing me with these grabs. Definitely one of the, I wouldn't say low-hanging fruit, but it's definitely something that you need to be improving. When this guy is this high in HP and has block, it's just not going to work. It really is just not going to work. The good news, though, is that we don't have to decide whether we're going to use Kitsune or grab first, because we don't have grab. So it's makes things really simple.
It's a useless salt anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all right. It stops them from overextending but it needs us to get a kill for that to be worth. Trading grab or power block is not my idea of a good cooldown trade.
Do you think I should have maybe swapped to Anna here?
You tell me. What does
'Cause
Kiriko
I've
bring to the table?
like the flank, because I'm like watching this and I'm like cringing a little bit.
Yeah,
I
you're
feel
not
like if
really
I'm
getting any
healing this
space.
much, I should have just gone Anna.
I would agree with that, yeah. Because if you're gonna, you could be doing more lethal damage, you could be punishing the Doomfist more, you could be landing antis. If you're only frontlining as Kiriko, then there are heroes that provide value more. Wait for it. Maybe even Batiste. Maybe.
Oh my god.
I know,
yay.
can't believe it. But yeah, I think at least if you're getting stuffed here, if you're able to get out here, then there's a lot more space for something like Kiriko to do stuff. But I don't think Kiriko's bad though. Like, I think it's all right.
Okay.
Now I would have, you know, been annoyed that we didn't communicate this Kitsune rush, but it definitely felt like we were responding to the Bob, and I think for that it was fine. No heal. Okay, I'm with you. And you could also even call the opposite too, like, hey, let's go, like let's walk here. You know, I'm with you. I'm under no pressure. And I would also, as a Kiriko, like, if you're saying like, oh, I'm not getting, you know, I'm just heal botting, right? Well, for example, you have space to go for something here, right? So like, I'm with you, push, like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's move your bot. Let's go, get in there.
Yeah.
So I think that, like, at points, yes, you're heal botting too much, given the comp, but also not. I think that there's times that you've missed the opportunity to do more damage. Like here, you need to peel, right? But
Yeah.
other times, like right now, why are you still looking at your Sojourn? You know.
Yeah, I'm just really scared of this Doom.
I know, yeah, he's good, and I get it.
But that's definitely something I feel like is something I need to work on, is like when to go offensive on Kiriko.
Oh wait, AC9. Ah!
Yeah, it was so close.
Ah! That is a disaster. That's okay. You guys cap, right? Yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second. Whoopsies. Okay, sorry. Actually, you know what? Give me just 1 second, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, no worries.
Yep.
Okay, let's keep going. Bit of a scheduling mix-up, I believe. My next session was like, I'll be there at 3, and I'm like, well, you're supposed to be here in 5. So, we'll see. That's okay, it happens. I kind of want to skip this, to be honest. I would rather look at another fight. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just more of the same. I don't want to be too
Yeah.
beating it over the head, you know? Let's look for something different here. Yeah, see, this is where, like, going more into the individual side of things, you're
Yeah.
looking for reasons to heal here.
Yeah, if see this game, I felt like I was feeding a lot, and then I started playing like really, really defensively because I was like, yeah,
Don't do that.
and I just
Don't do
yeah, I
that. Do
could
the
definitely see
objectively
that.
good play. Don't force
Hmm.
the bad aggression, but even if you're getting punished, find out why you're getting punished and fix the issue. Or at least try
Right.
to fix the issue. That's how you're going to get better. This situation, there is really zero reason for you to be here. You need to be over here. You need to be in the
Okay.
off angle, healing your tank, healing your Mei, shooting people, right? I don't do necessarily here, you know,
Hmm.
but do the smart thing. Don't be like, oh, I give up, because all you're gonna do is you're just gonna lose the game.
Hmm.
Because if all you do is heal bot, then why are you playing this game? You know what I'm saying? Like, you need
Yeah.
to find. So don't get discouraged by failure. Failure just means that you're being pushed. You know, it's great, right? But like for right now, like there's so many opportunities for you to be healing your Mei, for you to be shooting the Doom, for you to be shooting this Ashe. Don't let this kind of get to you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
It's totally fine to feed if you're trying to do the right thing and you just messed up.
Okay.
I would
I
rather
like
you
that.
fail at doing the right thing, but you executed poorly, than fail doing the wrong thing, right? Because
Yeah,
you
that's
learn nothing from doing the wrong thing.
yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's
you're gonna fail
yeah,
either way, so you might as well fail doing the right thing.
yeah. No, that makes sense.
And again, like jokes aside, it's just a ranked game. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal. Your mechanics are fine. You know, your positioning cooldown usage has been fine. Like even here, like, you know, look for an opportunity to swing right if you can. You know, get up in their grill, or even just walk to here and off angle here. Like let's find an opportunity. Let's go to some Jack here. Now Jack, this might be something that you can communicate too. Little detail here, but no bubbles, right? So just for
Mhm.
my Kiriko's peace of mind, she's been doing a good job holding bubbles, but like calling like, hey, I want to push this, but I got no bubbles. So like right now, if we were to Suzu this now, it would be fine, right? But don't Suzu and then bubble.
Yeah, that does happen
Right
sometimes.
there. See it?
Mm,
Not necessary. Because that's exactly, we literally called it, right?
yeah.
Suzu in the bubble, and sure enough, what happens? Suzu in the bubble, right? Now, was the bubble necessary for the Mei? Maybe, maybe not. She still had ice block, but we need to be really careful about that. What happened? Did she not have ice block? She should have ice. Oh no. But these Meis need to stop pressing mouse 1. Not good DPS. Step. Ooh.
Yeah.
He gets smoked out of his ultimate. But yeah, I think the main thing here is that it's just, I don't know. We didn't put on any offensive pressure for quite a long time. Okay, here we go again. Here's the moment of truth. The combo of ultimates that we have talked about so many times. They get first, that's fine. Let it rip, right? Let's go. Okay, that's fine. We just win. All right, let's give me 1 second, guys. You guys got it like 5, 10 more minutes.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay,
I have a question.
please.
So last season we were playing on our Smurfs and we got to like high GM1, and this season we just like couldn't really find the same success on our mains. Like we still got to like kind of high rank, but like
GM4, GM3.
yeah, I
Yeah,
was GM2, and I was just wondering like, but like we keep going on like massive losing streaks. Like we went at the start of the season, we went like 4 to 15, and then we
Ooh,
went down to Master 2, and
ooh.
then we just and we keep doing that. We've done it like three
Yeah.
times now, and I was
Couple
just
reasons
wondering.
why. Couple reasons why, and it could be a combination of those. You play differently on your Smurfs than you do on your main. You may not even realize it. Maybe you play with more confidence because you don't really care. It's just a Smurf, right?
Yeah.
But people will often play better under those circumstances. Um, your hero pool might be different on your Smurfs than on your main. So you might be playing heroes that are easier to get value out of, or you're actually better at. Maybe you don't even realize it yet. You're just actually playing better on your Smurfs. The times with which you play might be different on your Smurfs than on your main. And to be honest, could be the season has shifted. The meta has shifted a little bit to make the heroes that you're playing or the way that you're playing less favorable. And finally,
Uh.
RNG. And most
Mm.
importantly, RNG. Right?
Oh.
Total luck. It happens. Those are some potential guesses. Could also be that, I mean, there's so many details, guys. It could be literally Becca. You've not been sleeping as well the last couple of weeks. I mean, I'm not even joking. That could be it. You know what I'm saying? Like there are so many little details that could be factoring in. But what I
I
would look
feel
at,
like
go ahead.
probably like a really big factor is like confidence, because as you can like probably seen from this um game alone is that I will get like quite scared.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I don't know.
I
It
have
could be
noticed
that.
that, like,
Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah. You guys lose this game?
No.
it was extremely close.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was.
But I mean, we're talking. But Becca, some of these fights where you're not putting out near as much value as you should,
Mhm.
like you can lose these games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's definitely a big factor. And then even looking outside of that about what you need to be doing better. I mean, we talked about a lot of things for both of you
Mhm.
guys, right? Let's actually let's stop with that. Let's wrap this up. Okay, so I'm gonna message Jack, but you can just copy and paste the notes. So general
Hmm.
specific stuff for you, Jack. What are some specific things for just you that you need to be doing better?
Oh, were you asking me?
Yeah, sure.
Um, Communication.
What about your communication? What calls?
Um, Saying when I'm going in
Yep,
and when I'm disengaging.
calling in and out. That's probably the most important call you can ever learn as a tank, ever. All right. What else?
My grabs.
Sure. Grab targets. Target was not good. Doom with E. Maybe just a micro detail. Maybe this was just an unlucky game. But I would really be careful about doing that kind of thing in the future. It just wasn't as good. That was more of a micro thing, but for sure. That was mostly it for you, I
Mm.
think. Can you think of anything else?
Um,
Bubble calls, maybe.
yeah, maybe be more aware of my teammates.
Sure. Oh yeah. Checking teammates positioning before pushing. Yeah. Okay. And then what about Becca?
Calling no heals, taking more aggressive positions,
Calling no
and
heals, not losing confidence with aggression, um, fail at doing the right thing, right?
mhm. And calling if I want to make like a nade play.
Yep, calling plays. Okay. And then for you guys as a unit, what was the, let's just say synergy planning? What do you guys think?
Chain using our ults instead of stacking.
Chain ults, plan out timing before the fight starts. Can break the rules, but at least start the discussion. That was the main one, right?
Yeah.
I guess just even though it was more on Becca, but like the no heals chain of communication,
Hmm.
I think would be
Yeah.
really for both of you guys to be aware of. Okay. Anything else in terms of big comms planning synergy? Oh, I got one other one.
When
In and outs. Right? Jack's call,
yeah,
but you guys as a unit need to do a better job.
yeah.
Go ahead, Becca. Sorry.
I was thinking about what we were talking about with one of us like distracting
Mm. Mm.
and the other one like pushing for a play.
So lots of details here. So I guess
Mhm.
for you guys, depending on the composition, depending on what heroes that you're playing, I guess just figuring out what you want to practice, because there's so much here. You can kind of pick and choose, okay, we're on Doomfist and I'm playing Ana. Let's work on our ins and outs, right? And
Yeah.
chaining our ultimates properly. Okay, we're on Zarya BAP. Let's just make sure that we got the no heals communication line going, right? Just practice
Yeah.
one thing at a time. There's a lot to practice here. Like that's the goal here. Is we want to not overwhelm you, but we want to give you a lot of stuff to practice over several months. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then you can kind of pick whatever one you want to work on first, depending on the situation. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions, guys?
No, I'm good.
Okay. You know what, Becca? I'm gonna screw it. I'm just gonna. You're in the Discord, so I can just mess. I wasn't sure exactly how to spell your name, so I took my best shot at it.
That's two C's.
Okay. I got it right the first time then. I figured just
Nice.
a few different spellings just in case I got it wrong. Okay, guys. No other questions?
No?
Okay. So, Jack, we didn't get as much chance to talk about your form. So, if what I want you to do is any questions that you didn't feel like got answered in the session, or just in the form in general about like training time, mentality, just message me directly,
Okay.
and I'll answer those questions. And you guys as a unit also have a free replay review. So if you guys want to send me in a replay